Yeah, we're still gonna absolutely destroy them. We have no chance of death at all. Get wrecked. Got him. Let's see what our odds are now. Looks like the infantry cannot actually get in though, which is too bad indeed. But the Conquistador can do it, so we'll take the shot right now. I think this is a victory, not a withdrawal. No, it is a withdrawal. Okay. Alright, with the native merc down, maybe now our infantry can get in. Our best odds are 2.5%. I'm not gonna risk that with our infantry. Like, I played too much XCOM to think that that's just not gonna happen. Like, it happens all the damn time. You roll the dice enough, you're gonna roll 1s out of 100. I'm about to demonstrate how happiness can be kind of a limiting factor and how tall your cities can grow, because we have 3 unhappiness right now in Pearl Harbor. Most of that, a lot of it, well 4 of it, is due to the slaves. Each slave produces 1 unhappiness. Now I cannot fix this by having an entertainer produce well, you know, the other word. I guess we'll just say the Lady of the Night, basically. Basically having this colonist function as a Lady of the Night. We only had a gain of 1 happiness right here. You really need higher level taverns, such as the saloon, in order to start producing any kind of reasonable amount of happiness. That, or you need actual seductive harlots, which means that you need people to be trained to be seductive harlots, because those things are as expensive as an elder statesman. My personal opinion is maybe seductive harlot shouldn't be a master class, but an expert class. Like, we already have judges. Judges being a master makes sense. But a harlot, I'm like, I think an expert would be fine. But I guess that's just my opinion. So yeah, basically I never have anybody do King at Night, wink wink, unless they're an expert at doing that. Got the pair done and threadbare, so now these lake tiles have 4 fish, not 2. So they're gonna be super powerful. Now we're gonna work on a village hall. Oh, Fort Cod was actually so unhappy they went into complete unrest. I wonder how long for. It might be 8 turns. We may have to pull back on our unhappiness and get everything under control. I really went very hard onto industry. I didn't build enough entertainment buildings as a backbone. Because of that, I'll pull this native out. And I'll pull this native out as well. That actually fixes our problem. Alright then, in Pearl Harbor at least. Actually, let's go ahead, let's pull this guy too. That brings us only up to 4. In that case, he can go back to work. Let's have you actually produce food instead. I think that's a better choice for us. And this native slave has been working for 12 turns to gain freedom, so instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull him out, put the other slave in, because he has been working for 49 turns to gain freedom. And I would like these guys to upgrade. I don't want to have slaves. I'd rather have fully trained and educated colonists that are free. Got a master powder maker that I pulled off the Carrick here. He is probably going to be part of a gunpowder operation here in Pearl Harbor. I do have a lot of free colonists already present on this Carrick, so I'm going to use these free colonists to be my judges in training. Mother of Pearl, Hammerstruck, and Fort Cod, each one is going to get a free colonist to become a judge. We are in position to found the hemp colony. This is going to be very much in the mixed tech phase. I don't think that they'll declare war on us though. Let's see how much they want for their land. Settlers could starve. Actually, hold on, let's analyze this location right here. So we have a deciduous forest, savanna hill. So yeah, they won't produce a whole lot of food immediately, but that's okay. I think we can accept that as it is. 4,000 gold, goodness. I think we're gonna have to wait. Or do we not pay it? See, like, I want to be friendly with the mixed tech and have missions with them and stuff, but unless I physically stop the Spanish, they will die. It's basically a guarantee. I think we just wait. We just wait and pay the money. Let's be friendly with them as long as we can. I don't want to get into a fight with them. I want them to just deal with the Spanish as much as possible. But that does mean that we really do need to think about what we're going to do about Spain. They have 6 settlements right now. We currently have, I think it's 7. Yeah, we have 8. We have 8 settlements. So in comparison to the Spanish, we are ahead in numbers of settlements. The Spanish are the like yellow orangish line right here. Their hammer production is absolutely awful. Our hammer production is like twice theirs, but good lord, look at Portugal. Portugal's hammer production is twice that of ours. Twice. That's incredible. Yeah, Portugal is the big danger here. Portugal's power, though, still hasn't reached our level, but it has grown pretty consistently. The Spanish are, of course, significantly weaker, but the issue is they have that Royal Lion Infantry. That thing is a big pain in the ass to kill. If I can catch it outside a city, though, I can maybe take it out. We're still dealing with the Carib as well. We're not finished with them. After this village here, Kerry, it's gonna be quite a few more turns until we wipe them out. So I can't get the primary army to respond to the Spanish right now. We just have to wait. We gotta wait until we're done with the Carib. So I say be friendly with the Mixtec, because we're also, we're busy with the Carib. We don't want to mess with the Mixtec at the same time. And then we'll come back to them later. Another easy kill. We got a damaged native mercenary. That native mercenary can still take on all of our veteran infantry soldiers. So we're instead gonna just go ahead and hit it with the veteran heavy artillery. With all these promotions, it still overwhelms that native mercenary with no chance of defeat. And dead. Oh my god. Alright, so Fort Cod has 7 turns of unrest remaining. I thought the number here was the remaining turns, but now it's been proven. So we were so unhappy they went into unrest for 8 turns in total. That is so painful. So yeah, so food is number 1 for a baseline on colony maintenance, and then health, and then happiness. But happiness is a big deal actually. And then finally law and order. Law and order is not that bad, but it's not great. Alright, my veteran infantry soldiers can finally get a pretty good shot on Kerry here. So I need to pick whoever is closest to a promotion, which is gonna be this one actually. And he almost died, goodness. He actually retreated. Okay then. Again, that's fine by me. We get more experience that way. And nobody dies. So we'll send in another one that is near promotion as well. Attacking the natives is really such a strong move to train your army. I really want to use my privateers here against the Spanish, but I'm very concerned about that. I think it was a royal frigate. Those things have some serious strength. If it was a royal frigate, they have 50 strength. That is extremely powerful. So now we're gonna go north. We're gonna go mess with the French some more. They're a much easier target to deal with. Oh my goodness, I just realized I had this fisherman on the gulls here when he could have been on the shrimp. So let's do the shrimp. That's a lot more food. Very nice, very good. We need to get more food though, even than that. We'll use the natives to accomplish that. That's really going to help our food supply out, but we do need to transport some hunters over here. Or overseers ideally. We have a few more hunters and overseers coming from the exploration, but not a whole lot. There's one here. There's an overseer here, so yeah, we'll be able to pump up the numbers on Mother O' Pearl soon enough. We got the lodge built for Pearly Gates. After that, what kind of improvement we would like to get going? I think we might actually be okay with things as they are, and we might want to just get that Hardy Pioneer out to go help the mainland. I think that's a good choice. Right, unfortunately that's going to be enough for me for this recording session, but I'll be back for you in just a moment. Alright, we're back for a little while longer. Let's see what we can accomplish today. Our expert sugar planter arrived in Shreveport, but we can't do much else here other than mine silver at the moment. But I might as well put her to work doing something, unless I can find a better position somewhere else. I don't think there does exist one at the moment though. It's best to keep her where she's at. We will eventually reach the sugar right there. So for the moment, I think it's probably going to be best to do maybe a hunter. So she'll pay for some of her food and give us a little bit of fur. It's not much, but it's something. Finally, we've got the money to build the hemp colony and pay for the land. So we'll do that right now. This place actually has quite a bit of food potential in the form of the shellfish, but we're going to mainly make hemp here, probably plenty of ropes and sailcloth. Let's call it Port Stoned. We're probably going to start off up here. We don't need like massive amounts of immigration now. At least random immigration. I really need specialists in particular. Thankfully, the colony square does produce enough food, at least to support one citizen. So we can have him do lumberjacking or carpentry, one or the other, back and forth. Although he might forget one of his skills here. So I'm kind of leaning towards just having him do hemp planting and just leaving it alone. Yeah, let's just do that for now. We'll move some people in here in a bit to get it properly built up. I think in Hammerstruck here, I'm going to go ahead and push this clay cutter to work and make as much clay as we possibly, oh my goodness, as much clay as we possibly can. That will increase our food deficit, but we'll just push through that as long as we can. But now we're unhappy and we have crime problems here. Yeah, he's going to have to stay. We do have a judge though, so we can add the judge. Well, the to-be judge. That would fix the crime problem. I don't think that would fix the happiness problem though. It does actually, but now we're at minus 11 food, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Took that village out. We got some promotions on our veteran infantry soldiers. Let's see, I think I'm gonna go with... So this guy is a ranger primarily. So I might be better off just going veteran. Not veteran. Well, yeah, maybe veteran 3. Alternatively, skirmisher would not be bad for a much greater withdrawal chance in case we're gonna die. Let's see if veteran 3 leads to anything in particular that we want. Bird for more visibility, range, and strength inside cultural borders. Not too worried about that. And then eventually it leads to veteran 4, veteran 5, etc. So not a big thing. I'm kind of thinking maybe doing swamp fox, because there's a decent amount of swamp around our areas here. Down here especially, there's like tropical groves, jungles, wetlands, etc. Still quite a bit of that down here. But I want him to be like, you know, let's go ahead, let's do swamp fox. This is so situational. You know, swamp fox is really good in our lands as well, actually. Yeah, let's just do like an all-around dense terrain super soldier, basically. This one, though, well, he also got veteran 3, but he went not. He also got ranger 2, but he went with veteran 3. For him, I'd probably like to also go with swamp fox, because that does eliminate the amphibious penalty for crossing rivers, but it gives you a lot of attack bonuses into wetland types of terrain. And those bonuses are quite powerful. I think the army will stay here and heal for a little while. It's going to take the conquistador 5 turns to heal, which should be enough time for our super medic great general unit to come help out. Got the dock done in Brown Cow, which is definitely going to help out our future food production from the sea. Let's take a little bit of a closer look here. Okay, I'm thinking that maybe we should go for a town hall next here, or actually, hold on. Law and happiness isn't bad at the moment. What I could really use is a butcher shop to start doing butchery of the cows, because I have a lot of cows on hand. And I'd like to get some more food from that. But if I do the town hall, I can do the lumber mill, which gets me everything faster. It's just a matter of which one do I want first. So the butcher's house is 8 turns. The town hall is 27 turns. I feel like we should go ahead and just start butchering the cows that we have. We could also build a stable. Stable is 13 turns, but allows us to make milk and then cheese. But again, cheese is not, it's not that pricey. Same thing with milk. Milk is pretty cheap. I think we go with a butcher shop. Screw it. Then we got a bunch of gold to offload. I'm not sure if I want to buy any goods for domestic sale. Actually, it's something I need to think about doing. But I do need to grab another, not another, but my first butcher. 2,880 gold. Yes, please. And then I think I need to buy a boatload of fishermen and just put them like everywhere. So one of you, and then another one at least. After that, I might want a seductive harlot. Yeah, let's go ahead, let's grab a seductive harlot. They're 4,800, which is cheaper than I remember because we're the English. Specifically, I think because we're George Washington, it's a little bit cheaper. That will of course make immigration a little bit more expensive, but we've got a West India man coming in 1 turn to pick up 5 of these people, and then a Carrick in 4 turns to pick up the remainder. Oh, we got beat to build 5 harbors in 5 cities. That's unfortunate. Got a little bit of gold to spend. I'm wondering what to spend it on at the moment. I don't think we just do more fishermen. We'll just take the risk of a quest. So yeah, screw it. We don't need any domestic goods. Finally got the courthouse in Mother o' Pearl done, so we can fix our future crime problem here. Might as well start now. Get that guy training up. I think here in Mother o' Pearl, the best thing that we can do is probably go ahead and start pushing towards that town hall, because I don't see the point in much of anything else in these buildings at the moment. So let's start doing that. And we got a bunch of gold to make, selling off some pretty good goods, some of which may or may not have been produced by us. And let's focus fire on, just go hard on the fisherman. I will take the harlot, I'll take the butcher, and I'll take another fisherman. Now, these dudes, where are we going to send them to? I think some of them have to go to Hammerstruck to fix our little happiness problem, so they're going to get sent straight to Hammerstruck. Alright, so I think the map is pretty much entirely explored at this point in time. So the easiest way to see the map would be just to look on the mini-map down here in the bottom left. We can see that we have some desert up here with some, I think it says rainforest? No, regular coniferous forest, deciduous, that kind of thing, with some jungle down here. Looks like some prairie and plains over here, desert way down here, and then you have ice all along this path here. There might be some lands in the black areas here and here, but I highly doubt that there will be any, but there could be. At this point, what I'm probably going to do is pull all my scouts back, since I've explored like absolutely everything that can be explored at this point in time, except for the Russian land over here, but that won't give us any goody huts most likely. Chances are it's already been completely explored and taken advantage of. And the Russians aren't exactly high on our list of contenders for winter. We've actually been surpassed, well, tied by the French, who have 196 points just like us. But of course, a lot of those are founding fathers that we're not getting. So yeah, I think I'm going to send these scouts back home. They have super promotions. They'll make some incredible dragoons one day. Alright, 9,000 gold. I think what we're going to do here is going to buy a harlot. I think that is pretty much unavoidable. We need as much happiness as we can get. We'll go ahead and see if we can't save up for another one. We have law and order. My lord, law and order really rule in your colonies. Once again, you have completed a court building where small fish and big sharks, petty criminals and felons are brought to their just punishment. However, you should also let people get away with something here and there. Life in the colonies is hard, and many a person is fighting just for bare survival. The bigger the courthouse, the bigger the shadow it casts. And we also have freshly fried flying fish. My lord, fish is a nutritious and abundant resource off the coast that will taste good to your colonists. We already have quite a few experienced fishermen manning your boats and bringing in their catch off the coast. Just keep it up so that there is enough food for the colonists and immigrants and your colonies keep growing. Only a good food supply ensures regulated growth. Got ourselves another little coastal ship that we can snatch up. This one's a big version. We should just absolutely stomp all over them. And we did, but we didn't get anything out of it. We did at least actually destroy the ship though. With 5,000 gold to spend, we can now pick up that other harlot. And I think we'll go ahead and do that. That will bring our money extremely low. We can't even afford her yet. I guess we'll have to wait one more turn. That's okay. Hey, finally got a proper master carpenter ready to go in Brown Cow from, I think that was, can't remember if it was a failed trader or a free colonist. I think it was a free colonist. The privateers, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to sitting around in this area right here, waiting for the French to come through. I've seen a French caravel right here, which is so weird to me. I think we can now afford the harlot, but we're going to wait actually. Something could come up that I do need the money. My lord, whaling along our coast promises high profits. In Europe, our merchant vessel recently picked up a master train oil cooker who wants to start a new life in the colonies. Shall we engage him? I don't think so. 1,500 gold for a master train oil cooker or no. That is a cheap master train oil cooker. We just have to get train oil rolling first. I think we might as well take him. Alright, get all this stuff off my boat. Everybody get on my boat. Before we decide what to do, we're going to play out the turn real quick. And then decide based off that if we want to, how we want to spend our gold exactly. There's a couple targets here. We've got, oh, the French are way up here. Never mind, that's far away. There is a caravel, however, right here. I would like to take that shot at him. Let's go ahead and see. I think the weaker privateers who we're going to go with. Yep, because we need experience on them as well. And hopefully we're going to get a sinking. He escaped during sunset. That's too bad. The army is healed and together we're going to march northeast over towards Palm East and take them on from there. Finally, I can relieve my little problem here with my food and brown cow. Unfortunately, I had to pull the poultry breeder off of poultry breeding simply because a freaking light forest grew on that wetland, so I'm going to have to chop that down if I want to keep breeding geese. Maybe we get more food from the lake? No, we get less. Alright. Because this is a actual fish tile. But yeah, there we go. Food problems are taken care of for brown cow. Plus all of our future fishermen are going to get us a boatload of food so we can grow more people, and then we can get schoolhouses eventually, like proper, not schoolhouses, but probably, can't remember what they're called exactly. College, yeah, college. So it's schoolhouse, then college, then university. College is where you actually want to start training people. Before that, you really don't. It's not necessarily faster to do it in a schoolhouse, but it can be. Now I've got 2 free colonists. I am kind of considering whether or not I should have one of them marked as being a future judge or not. But also start training them to do fishing and learn from the other fishermen. Like, I don't need more judges than I have at the moment, I believe. Yeah, we're good on free colonist judges for the moment. That means I want these free colonists doing something else. I think I'd like that to be pioneering, actually. We need to develop our land a lot more effectively than we're doing it so far. So pioneering, in my mind, is going to be the way forward. Play for these 2 dudes. And yeah, I am now actually renaming units so that I know exactly what I'm doing with them sometimes, just in case. Just in case I forget. Alright, 9,617 gold. I think that calls for another harlot. So we'll grab the harlots and get them going on their way. Send one over to Pearl Harbor. Send this other one maybe to Hammerstruck, or somebody else already going to Hammerstruck. Yeah, there's already one going to Hammerstruck that is a harlot. See if anybody is going to Fort Cod that is a harlot. I think so. Let's send them straight to Fort Cod. We have 10 victorious naval actions. Gun whales are splintered, sails have been torn to shreds, men have fallen. The price of victory is once again far too high, the captain thinks to himself. And yet success truly tastes better than failure. The captured ship will please the admiral and the damage can be easily repaired in the shipyard. An extra ration of rum for the men, he bellows to the boat swaying across the deck. The men cheer. How easy it is to please these poor devils, the captain thinks, and disappears into his cabin. And the plump life, if I may say so, Governor, by all that's right and proper, that's what I call a splendid wench. This is probably because we have 2 train hole cookers. You straighten up and turn around. A carpenter stands wide-eyed behind you with a stunned grin. You follow his gaze to the cook's wife. I just wonder, he continues, why these whale butchers attract the tastiest maidens. Those guys all stink to high heaven. Now it is your turn to smile. The good carpenter doesn't understand that the fair lady's form, as stimulating as it is unnatural, depends on the corset made from her husband's whalebone. With the tavern done and Hammerstruck, what shall we proceed to work on next? All our happiness issues are going to be resolved in not too long. You know, I think we need to go town hall here as well. So let's do that. We need to get the more advanced buildings rolling. Fort Cod is finally no longer angry all the time. So let's swap out the confectioner and the... oh, I can still do it, cool. The colonist. Free colonist so he can become a proper judge. But we really need to fix our happiness problem here, so I don't think I can continue to work Probably the farmer, as a rice farmer, just take him out. Some of these dudes forgot what they were doing exactly, unfortunately. I think we have to pull a lumberjack. That's not fixing our unhappiness. Might need to turn down the distilling. That brings us down to 1 unhappiness, but that doesn't fix the problem entirely. Let's pull the hunter. Okay, problem fixed. My god, there's so many people just standing around. We need to think about... Well, once we've got this village destroyed, we can think about founding the coal colony right here. That will eventually reach the gems as well. So that's another reason to buy an expert prospector. I think I'll do that now. Because it's only 2,400 gold, so I'll take that. And we'll start getting ready to settle right there. A large-scale military conflict in Europe has ended. Many troops are no longer needed and have been sent home. Maybe we could hire some of them. 6,000 gold for a great general. 4,500 for a Hessian, which is a stronger infantry unit. 3,000 gold for a veteran infantry soldier if we had some gold on hand, but we don't. This is one of those instances that we could have gotten a great general if we had 6,000 gold on hand. Although, I'm really not sure if he's worth 6,000 gold. Later on in the game for sure, but when things are still kind of cheap, I think that he can be outweighed by somebody else. Alright, this free colonist is finally ready to become a pioneer, so there we go. I'm gonna need more tools here for the lumber mill, of course, but that's okay. The provisions are here, so that is what is important. Butcher's house done in Brown Cow. What we should work on next is probably going to be like a village market, tavern, that kind of thing. We need to start getting more of those set up elsewhere. So we'll go market into a tavern, not worry about anything else. I need more of those and more of my cities. I also need to finish the quests that are associated with having those. Some Hessian mercenaries are looking for a new contract, but they only work for the country with the best sausages. Maybe if we build butcheries in 5 of our cities, we can convince them to come to us. I don't know about that. I mean, Hessian is very strong, but I'm not sure it's so strong that I'm going to dedicate that much construction time to butcheries. I decided to rush the tavern in Fort Cod to start working on our happiness problems sooner rather than later. After that, I do want to actually build a market here. Surprisingly enough, I don't yet have a market, so I can supply some domestic goods, like furniture and fruit brandy to my people. If we get that done, then we can support more colonists as well. I do need my lumberjacks back, though, if I can pull that off somehow. 1 unhappiness. Let's just stomach it. I think we'll be okay for 1 turn. But overall, there hasn't been that much actually happening. I've just been going through the turns for the most part, moving things around, doing some logistics. Got the mine on the iron. Oh my goodness, got the mine on the iron ore done. We need to do something else for these pioneers. Probably go work on chopping down things around Fort Cod and getting that better developed. Yeah, I think what makes sense is setting up a farm. Well, I want to use this savanna for sugar and for coffee ideally. Could build a farm on the marsh here to increase our rice production and food production a little bit. I think that is a decent choice to work on the rice production, because it'll also help out our food. Got a bunch of native slaves from the Pearly Gates I'm going to put to work in Mother o' Pearl. Try to get them to make some good food so that we can grow our population naturally. I got an expert hunter kind of standing around in Mother o' Pearl. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with him. Oh, I can reach the watering hole, but the watering hole provides food, mainly food. So that's not a big deal. There's actually a decent number of furs to be produced on the wetlands right here, so I'll probably just have him work inside Mother o' Pearl on the wetlands right here. And that'll be a good amount of food and plenty of furs. Well, hey, I just noticed we have enough domestic guns on hand to equip our first colonial militia. Congratulations to us. It only took until 1572 AD. I'm not sure if that's fast or slow, by the way, I'm just mentioning it. Right, we're in position for the siege of Palmiste. I'm gonna go ahead and just easily destroy these guys. And it should be just like that we destroy their village. Nah, almost. There's like one more dude left standing in it. Actually, there's one more after that. They had quite a few people there. Right, we got a harlot for Hammerstruck finally. Oh, Nope, can't do it because of the food limit. That's right. Let's fix our food problem temporarily. Man, there's actually no way for me to get everybody working that I want working in this city. Maybe no. The fishermen need to stay where they're at. I just need food shipped into Hammer's truck.